What if more inspiration is not what you need? Do you find yourself ever searching and searching for a new curriculum or more resources or the perfect story or lesson plan for your upcoming main lesson block? Well, first of all, you're not alone. So many homeschoolers get stuck here. But what if the last thing you need is more inspiration? Today, I want to share with you some tips to help you avoid getting stuck in search mode. Hey there, my name is Jean Miller, and I'm a homeschooling mom of 3 and the founder of Waldorf-Inspired Learning. And let me tell you, I have been there. I know from personal experience the challenge of getting stuck in searching for more and more and more. But here's the thing. The learning doesn't happen in the searching. The learning happens in the doing, right? In being present with our children and connecting with them. And after all, that's why we love this Waldorf approach so much, because there are these amazing hands-on experiences and the lively arts that we get to engage in with our children. The lively arts of storytelling and movement and music and painting. So I want to give you 3 tips today to avoid getting stuck in what I call the rabbit hole of the search frenzy. And it is a rabbit hole for sure. Here's how it often goes. Let me know if you think this sounds familiar. We're feeling unsure of our ability to bring a particular topic or block, right, to our children. And so we think we need some inspiration. We go searching for what other people have done, or maybe we think, oh, I'm just going to check and see what so-and-so did for this block or what they used for their resource. And pretty soon, the searching frenzy is snowballing, right? And we're down this rabbit hole. Just last week, I was talking to a one-on-one client of mine, and she said to me that she got stuck in this frenzy yet again, even though she's been homeschooling for years she's been homeschooling. So she described her thought process to me, and she said, I started thinking, I'm a failure at homeschooling, right? And let's change everything. Maybe I should buy this new book because it's on sale. And I reminded her that the title she was considering is really a book that's for high schoolers, and her son is only in 7th grade. And perhaps she should rethink it. So then she came back to me and said, phew, crisis averted. I found the book that I used with my older son. I found it on tape, and it's perfect. So here's my question for you. Do you happen to have more than one curriculum on your shelf for the grade that you're doing with your child right now? Or the grade that they're going to be in soon? Do you have multiple resources for a block that you're thinking about that's coming up? Perhaps you even have some library books that you've gathered. So here is tip number 1. Set aside some time to look at the resources you already have. Because you can plan a whole block around one book, right? It's often called the spine, the main reader for whatever unit you might be working on. I have a mantra that can help you with this, and that mantra is think in 3s, pick 1. Think in 3s, pick 1. So look for 3 possibilities for an upcoming block, lay them out on the table, right? And look through them and decide which one is the best one for you to use. You might think about the one you might enjoy using the most, or think about the one that your child or children would connect with the most, and then just go with it, right? You need to trust your intuition, and that's the very first step, to pick your main resource. All right, tip number 2. You want to move into action mode. So create a simple plan around that one resource. You can look at your calendar and see how many days you'll be doing lessons for this upcoming block, right? And chunk out the story over that amount of time. Figure out how much of the story you're going to read each day. And then you add in your lively arts and you're good to go. Because the truth is that the learning happens when we're doing the lessons with our children, not when we're searching for the perfect thing. And we have to get to the doing before we feel exhausted and defeated. So often what happens is that we get stuck in this search frenzy, and then when it comes time for the lesson, we have even less clarity and less confidence than when we started planning in the first place. And perhaps we're even exhausted, right, from staying up late, searching and searching for whatever we are, that elusive thing that we're trying to find. It is exhausting. So at some point, we just have to step into action, right? We have to have faith that what we're bringing to our child right now is what they need, and we just need to move forward. And the only way to do this is to set limits on the searching phase. We have to put boundaries around the searching phase. All right, final tip. Tip number 3 is to remember that learning comes from connection, right? From the time that we are sharing learning experiences with our children or our child. And to do that, we have to be fully present in the moment. We want to be engaging with them in the lively arts and sharing the stories with them and listening, like really listening to each other and experiencing those lively arts and even weaving their interests into the lessons. And that requires being fully present at the moment. And that's where the learning is happening, right? In that connection is when the learning is happening. I often think, okay, how amazing is it that we are both homeschoolers and we have this wonderful Waldorf method to guide us in our homeschooling so that we can create experiences and connections with our children and help them become lifelong learners. So just a super quick recap. Tip number 1 is think in threes, pick one. So choose one main resource, then move into action and make a plan, a really simple plan for that, using that resource and incorporating the lively arts. And then the third thing is to remember that the learning comes from connection with our children. So don't get stuck in search mode. That's my main message here. It's not more inspiration that you need. It's the clarity and confidence to move forward, right, with the lesson, to bring the lesson. So choose resources wisely, but also get into action. All right. I would love to hear from you. Let me know in the comments where you get stuck. It will be an interesting back and forth to see if this is something that resonates for you and happens to you too. And if you found this video helpful, I'd love it if you would share it with anybody you think might be interested. And also, I encourage you to click the like button at the top of my page, and if you hover over following after you've done that, you can select to turn on notifications so that whenever I post something here or come to you with another video, you'll be notified of that and can join in. In 2019, I plan to do a video every Wednesday afternoon, live right here at Waldorf-Inspired Learning. So I hope to see you there. Thanks so much for joining me today, and see you next time. Bye for now.